Alright guys, back out here. Today we're going to remove the lower unit and install a new impeller. And I changed the fluid already, but I noticed there was some water in it. So I'm going to go ahead and reseal the lower unit. I'm going to do prop seals and shift shaft seals. See if we can take care of the water intrusion problem. So yeah, let's do it. That one's a little snug. That sucker's tight. But we are loose. We're in it now. We are in it. Always forget about this bolt. It broke. All right. So the bolt that broke, there's a little bit of meat left on it. So the first thing I'm going to try is taking my mini cutoff wheel, and I'm gonna cut a flat groove in there, put a big flathead screwdriver on it, and see if I can't spin it out after I heat this up. Hot wrench. Just like that. Get one of those ordered. No damage to the case. Turn the torch off now. There it is. All right, guys, we're in here. Got the lower unit propped up in a vise. I always put a rag in between the jaws of the vise, that way it doesn't leave any marks. And I don't tighten it down super tight. So first thing, let's get this prop off and swap these prop seals. Squeeze it, pry. Aha. Before I even go any further, I'm going to move you guys over here so you can see. This is one of the most common problems for water intrusion in a lower unit. I just pulled this thrust washer back, and look at that. Fishing string. So it can almost 100% guarantee that's exactly where the water was coming from. What happens is the string gets behind the prop and it spins up in there and tears the seal up. Woohoo! There's one. Things are crusty. Number 2. Time for parts. All right. Got an order in from boats.net. Whenever I'm doing this type of stuff, always OEM parts. Little brake and parts cleaner. Followed up, compressed air. And a rag. Unless you have a super duper deep socket, which I do not have. Actually, hold on. After looking and looking, I finally found it. It's a piece of 1.25 inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe that was ground down as a seal driver. So, exact diameter of the seal. Won't tear it up. It's plastic. That's it. Alright, I know this isn't the best angle, but I want to go ahead and get this shift shaft seal replaced. Just like that. New one going in. Chrome 13 millimeters, like perfect size, 3/8 drive. There it is. New shift shaft seal. And now we're going to go ahead and do the impeller. You just got 4 12 millimeter bolts. Housing, cup, there's an O-ring on the bottom side of this plate. I want to pop this plate up and replace that O-ring. Take a brass, I got a brass hammer. I'm just knocking it side to side to loosen it up. I know you can't tell, but it already moved probably 1/8 inch. Oh yeah. Nice! Well, you guys got to see that in real time. I broke it. Oh, guess we'll be ordering that. Ouch. Oh, there it is. Didn't get it out in one piece, but we did get it out. And I'm glad, because it's crusty. So the parts finally came in for this beautiful lower unit because I broke it. There's this plate here. What a beautiful upgrade. Sometimes it's nice to have fresh new parts. We also got gasket. We got the bolt that I broke. And then new cotter pin for the prop. Again, all OEM parts. Never settle for anything less. We're going to go ahead and grease up and get this thing back together. Glove up. This plate's ready to be put on. I already took a piece of Scotch-Brite to this shaft. Got it cleaned up. Something slight, nothing crazy. I'm going to go ahead and wipe the excess grease around this keyway. The gasket goes on first. Slide the plate on. And at the same time as you're spinning the shaft, push down on the housing. That's it right there. I don't have a drain pan handy, so red Solo cup it is. Once you pull that, you got to pull the vent or the oil fill level. That way it gets air and it actually drains. And I'm sure you can probably see in this video, it's got a touch of milk in there. So that's from, you know, obviously we just changed the seals, so our water intrusion problem will be solved. We just need to put fresh fluid in, and then we're going to take it out a time and then change it again. Once we change it that second time, it'll be good. Good to go. Another thing I would like to put everybody onto, something I made, and I don't want to gatekeep. This is a Vevor auto pressure sprayer. Try to get it close so you can see the numbers on it. This is a stainless steel pump sprayer for spraying chemicals, bug spray, whatever, treating your yard, whatever. This is the hose that it comes with. I installed a shut-off valve fittings and adapters for the lower unit, and I drilled a hole and installed a Schrader valve on this. So you fill this full of gear oil, gear lube, pump it up to 40 psi. You screw the sucker in, hook it up to the lower unit, drain to fill it, and it'll fill this lower unit in like 10 seconds. All right, we're filled to 40 psi. I'm going to go ahead and thread this into the lower unit. My shut-off valve still shut. And then crack it. And just like that, it's filled. Snug it up. Okay. One very important step that we cannot forget is to grease those splines. And we're back out here on this lovely day. Got the lower unit, and we are going to throw it back on. And pop our plastic cap back on, and that is a wrap for this. I just realized I haven't showed you guys yet, and I do not want to keep this from you. You've seen every other square inch of the boat, so why not take a look at what's going on under here. I mean, she's pretty mint. She's got perfect compression. So, I don't know. We'll see what we got next. That is going to end this video. I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this thing cleaned up and get the seat thrown back in there. You guys don't really need to see that. And we're going to go take this thing for a rip. So, I'll see you on the water.